Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction bingo for One Piece chapter 1134. Very excited to read, as I always am. We got a really amazing set of two chapters that I got to read back to back last time. Really emotionally satisfying. The story was solid. I think that One Piece has been kind of doing pretty great recently, and by recently I mean for months now. I feel like Oda's been taking more breaks, but he has a lot on his plate, as he always has, but also with stuff like managing the live action and stuff like that. I think there was some statement when he took that long break a few weeks ago that he was doing stuff for that. And like managing might not be the right word, but he was doing stuff for that. That's at least something that's on his plate in addition to the manga. So there's a lot to think about going on. So, I think it's fine. I really don't mind taking more breaks as a reader. I'm totally cool with it. And I think if it makes the story quality better, I'm fine. I'm fine for an author of anything I read to take as many breaks as they need to. That is one thing that there are many things that I'll criticize or maybe complain about story-wise, but when it comes to the creator taking a break, that's something that I'm always, for. I always think that Oda's had a really great schedule that I think a lot of other writers, if they were able to have the same option, I think they should go for. I think that taking a break after every 2 or 3 chapters, taking a week off from releasing a chapter. It's not really a week off because I'm sure they're still working on things, but taking a week off from release, I think, is huge for maintaining the general quality of One Piece for years upon years. So either way, I wonder how many more breaks we'll be having since we're kind of entering this sort of like New Year's kind of time. I feel like we'll probably get a couple more breaks here soon, but either way, let's see what we get from 1134. And before we do, let's see what I get on my bingo card. I did update things as I usually do, so if you want to generate your own to play along, the link to the bingo card generator will be in the comments and description as always. And also, as usual, this video will be up for patrons and channel members a few days early, but so it'll be up officially for all of you when the official translation comes out. So if you're watching this when the official translation has come out and you want to get these videos a little bit early, Patreon or hit join down below to become a member. Link to Patreon will be in the description too, if that's what you prefer. But either way, yeah, comments in description. You can generate your own bingo card, play along. I update it every time. So here we go. I got Devil Fruit Awakening, Joy Boy mentioned, Wano Piece, Vivi Wepler Morgans, member of Hyridian's crew, book was an option that was up there before, but I changed it from book to member of Hyridian's crew. Just because I felt like book could maybe be too easy, given that the title of this one is something library. I try not to look the best I can when I'm bringing up the chapter beforehand. We have Yonko, Marine. Why did I say it like that? I said it like Hosho Marine. Blood, Sweater, Tears, new name Fruit, Food, new name character, Revolutionary, Free Space, which we can click. Zoan Transformation, Smoker, Cross-Skilled, Weapon, Silhouetted character. I kind of want to replace Weapon with something. That just feels too broad. Thousand Sunny, Heart Pirates, any Straw Hat member, Nika mentioned, Flashback. This could be a really easy or a really difficult card. I cannot tell yet. Carrot and or Zunisha, or Dere Shishi, which I replaced the potential to get Saul on your board with that, because again, I feel like after last chapter with the title of this one, I feel like we're probably going to get Saul, so I was like, let me make it a little bit more difficult if we get the laugh, which we probably will get. It's not that much more difficult, but I felt like that was a more creative little space for us to have. But either way, let's actually get into reading the chapter itself. We're starting out with a jump cover featuring these little, they sort of look like yarn doll chibis of all of these main characters, and it's crazy. I haven't like, it's been so long since I've done Jump Week stuff that I'm so out of the loop with what's even in Jump right now. Like, of course, I see Nami, Luffy, and Chopper. I see the characters from Sakamoto Days, which I read for Jump Week. But then there's a lot I don't recognize. I know the Kagurabachi guy is there. I don't know his name or anything. His name might be Kagurabachi. There's the guy and the girl from Undead Unluck. It says Undead Unluck over top of them. But either way. And we get a color spread with this honestly kind of freaky look at Battle Frankie and everybody riding on top of it. Brooke's outfit's pretty cool here. Jinbei looks very cool. Okay, just glancing through that. Let's read the actual chapter now. Old Man Saul, I heard you helped one of our fledglings back in the day. I really appreciate it. We're in your debt. Allow me to introduce myself. He's using Edo-era Yakuza talk, the upward palm gestures, and anarchic greeting. Chapter 1134, The Owl Library. Who the heck taught you that routine? Nobody. This is Luffy. Da-da-shi-shi-shi. I know, the fellow's world famous. But hey, looks like you found them after all. Robin. Man, starting out with really cool emotional stuff. I also like the way that Saul looks now. You can tell he looks like a little bit older. So, let's fill some of this out. We got some of this already. I know we already have some, where is it? Okay, I do have Yonko. Do I have Straw Hat member? Yeah, I do. Sorry, hiccup. I really thought I did. But then it, we got Dede Shishishi. It, made me question myself there a little bit. Alright. So we don't have any blood, sweat, or tears yet. We don't have, I thought he might have been tearing up while he was laughing. I guess depending on what that is on Luffy's back, we might have a weapon already. Is that an axe or something? I haven't paid attention to that, actually. Yeah, just like you said, I actually found them. People willing to accept and protect someone like me. True friends. And everyone's crying again, like the end of last chapter. You know, we'd die for you. They're all turning away. Oh my god. It's good to meet Robin's friends. Seriously, you've done great making it all the way to Elbaf. And sorry for spooking you earlier. Me and my assistant, Ange, I would have to see the katakana. We're out here rehearsing that bit for a while. That's funny. So it is an axe on Luffy's back. I just hadn't even really paid attention to that so far. But that means, sorry to keep taking, a little side glance away from the chapter here. The bingo card was a really good thing when we were going through some chapters, when there wasn't a lot happening, when things weren't very exciting. It added a little bit more to talk about. But now that we're getting good chapters, I'm sorry if it feels like a little bit of a distraction, now that we're getting very good chapters. So, did we... Hold on. 1 second, though, before I continue. Did we see... We saw Ange there. We do see Gerd. Okay. So we do have member of Iridian's crew. We're not going to get Wano Piece, probably, dang. We get Tears. That's something. Wano Piece screwed me. Why couldn't we also have a little cover story bit? I don't think we saw any food yet. But we do... Oh, new named character. Ange or Ange was just named. I can't say Marine because he's a former Marine, but not a current one. We do have Zoan transformation because Chopper's there in his non-reindeer form. We have weapon because of the axe on Luffy's back. We've got some options. Alright. Let's move on for now. So we don't have a silhouetted character. There was something else I was looking for. Oh well, let's just move on for right this second. It's good to meet Robin's friends. Seriously, you've done great. Okay, we did that. I used to be a Marine, so I know how impressive it is to be recognized as an Emperor. Thank you so much for protecting Robin. Please keep it up. She, no problem. Chopper. Oh, that's so funny. And he has the, extensions on his antlers, it looks like. Okay. Hey, Saul. It's me. Have we met? And how the heck are you flying? I'm Vegapunk. Huh? You sure you want it now? Yeah, sorry for the trouble. And Jinbei's carrying something for her. Here, allow me. We have Gerd. You asked me to bring it from Egghead. What's inside it, though? Inside? Why, it's one of me. Another Vegapunk we have. Luffy's face. Yeah, but this clone's different from us satellites. It's a perfect copy. I used it to visit this island 20 years ago. Stella couldn't exactly leave the lab for months at a time without those government dogs noticing. Now then, let's stop dilly-dallying and get to it. I've already added the cultivation fluid, but we won't be able to do a safe extraction until I make the necessary equipment. That's why I intend to build a new lab here. So, this I'm torn on. I feel like Vegapunk's death was really good, but I don't hate this. Like, I could see people complaining, oh, it ruins the death and all. And I think that this is a little bit different, given that the story has given us a reason why it's possible to bring him back in this way. It's not going to be the original Stella anymore, but to bring him back in this way, the story's written a way for it to be possible. And also, I would have maybe complained a little if it was just as easy as, oh yeah, box opens up and now we have another. But it's not as simple as that. It's something where Lilith's going to have to build a new lab and figure things out to make the right equipment in order to bring back that copy of Vegapunk, it seems like. So it seems like Vegapunk survives, but there's a lot of asterisks. The original real Vegapunk doesn't survive. You're going to have a little bit of a thesis-ship there. And there's a lot of challenges to making it so that Vegapunk is still alive. But all of those challenges make sense within what we were already told. So I really don't mind it. And also, you still get the emotion and you still get the satisfaction with the writing of having Vegapunk make this grand sacrifice. And again, the original Vegapunk will have made this grand sacrifice. He's dead, even if we bring back a copy of him. But we have Vegapunk making this grand sacrifice to spread the truth out into the world, which is not really taken back if we don't have Vegapunk come back until like the end of the series, where we can have him make this grand sacrifice, spreading the truth out to the world. Then the rest of the series play out. The Straw Hats and whoever, the rest of their allies, they sort of fix the world, maybe. I don't know, maybe that's too easy an ending, but you figure in the ending, the world government's going to be deposed, the world's going to probably be a better place in One Piece at the end of series, and then we get a nice little scene when we're going through all the different characters at the end of the series. We get a scene of Vegapunk Stella brought back, and it's like, he got to have the sacrifice. He got to have the sacrifice to spread the truth, but then he also gets to come back to see the results of that. And you know, I think that's kind of good. If we see, like, at the very end of the series, Vegapunk Stella comes back, he gets to see the results and the good that he did by spreading the truth to the world. But then it's also like, because Lilith is Vegapunk and they're all kind of connected through Punk Records, is it really even going to be like Stella, or is Stella just going to have Lilith's memory, so it's not going to be like that big a surprise or anything? I don't know. It's a bit of a weird situation, but I don't hate it. I don't really I don't hate how this is being done. Lilith will make that possible for you to help Papa too. Or will that make it possible for you to help Papa too? That's the plan, Bonnie. Okay, so Lilith building a lab here is going to also try to save Kuma, which again, I'm fine with. Kuma has been MVP throughout, like, most of the series. He has done more for the Straw Hats than basically anybody that isn't a Straw Hat themselves. Kuma's done a ton, so being able to build a lab here and then, you know, help Kuma, I think that's fine. And then we have a happy ending with Kuma and Bonnie. That also, I've been saying for a bit, I'm like, what do we do? Just drop Lilith and Bonnie off here and keep going? How does that make sense? Now it does make sense. If Lilith is planning on building a lab here, then it makes sense that Lilith and Bonnie can stay here with Kuma building that lab. And they can work with Saul, I guess. And it's interesting how it's basically turning Elbaf into Saul's already built the library, basically turning Elbaf into the nation of learning. If you really are Vegapunk, then I'm thrilled to see you after 20 long years, but I don't get it. Why are you a woman? Oh, that? There's a perfectly logical explanation. Sir, are you done now? Can we play now? My bad, kids. Come on out. Thanks for waiting. Those tykes used the spring area as a playground. We had them hold off so they wouldn't spoil Mr. Saul's performance. You went that far? I apologize for the belated introduction. I'm Ange, I guess I'll say for now, an assistant teacher here. That's probably not what it is, though. It's probably not Ange, given that, I mean, it could be. It's probably not, though, because of the way Japanese works. Librarian, Saul's assistant, Ange. I don't mean to brag, but this is Elbaf's #1 school and library. Let me give you a tour of the premises. Whew, that sounds fun. Not so fast. I can't wait to see how Elbaf raises its mighty warriors. This is Walrus Folk School. Mr. Saul opened it 20 years ago at our late king's request. This is going to be a blast. It's a training school for young warriors, right? That's so cool. That is really cool. I love this design. Good, and you go on. I'll show them around the school. I'm going to take Robin straight to the library. Or they're saying show them around the school. I'm going to take Robin straight to the library. Are you coming, Chopper? I want to check out the library too. I bet the books are massive. Schools always make me nostalgic. I'll tag along and keep you safe, Nami-san. I'm more interested in that giant tree, says Frankie. Yeah, it's huge. Let's catch these shorties and play prisoners. Yeah. Man, this really is a country of giants. Should I cut him? Zoro, no, you idiot, says Usopp. These giants are just kids. Be the mature one. And the one on the left there, honestly, Whitebeard might have got around. He's looking suspiciously Whitebeardy to me. Stop that. You know we're not allowed to harm cute humans. And we have a bunch of the others yelling, sorry. They're so lame. They're so lame. This Luffy just flipping sides. And don't call them shorties either. Are these brats really Elbaf's future warriors? Hey, watch it. You can't just say words like brat anymore. This is surreal. We weren't even offended by that shorty's comment. And aren't you guys meant to be wild fighters, willing to pillage and burn the seas themselves? Fighters? No way, that's dangerous. Huh? But you bastards are the next generation of Elbaf warriors, right? You can't say bastard either. Come on. Words like that are old-fashioned. Hey, that was an adult just now. Old-fashioned? What's that meant to mean? You should probably move. You're gonna get told off. You're standing on Miss Ripley, and hold on. Walrus Folk School biology teacher Ripley. We climbed onto a giant? Our bad. Haha, no worries, you're feather light. Anyway, I bet this is a culture shock for you. But all those legends of fearsome giant pirates are from 100 years ago, you know. Foul mouths, aggression, plundering, war. Those are relics of a bygone era now. What? Welcome to Elbaf, Straw Hats. I heard about you from Saul. There you are, Luffy. Sorry about our loudmouth brats. Didn't you just say words like that were behind the times? Yeah, miss, you're so naughty. Do as I say, not as I do. Seek to trade with other nations, not wage war. Our beloved late King Harald said those wise words. He often clashed with all the greybeards of the villages. King Harald. A visionary of a king who wanted to revolutionize our country. He was slain by his actual flesh and blood, that crazy prince. The country still refuses to recognize his claim to the throne. That's why Elbaf doesn't currently have a sovereign. And that brings today's history lesson to a close. Everyone show these guys around school. Yes, ma'am. Okie dokie. Hey, Captain, you look different from that all-white look you had before. What's the deal? I was looking forward to seeing you like that. Ha, that's me at my freest. You resembled a legendary warrior from the fables of Elbaf. Oh? It made my heart skip a beat. I'm from the last generation of Elbaf warriors, after all. Oh, so you've pretty much already heard, and we're cutting over. It came up when we were trying to escape Egghead alive. That's how we ended up here. Okay, so before I get into the 2-page spread, is there anything else? I haven't checked in on the board in a while because I didn't think we'd be seeing anything. Yeah, I don't think there is actually anything, because we didn't see a flashback, did we? I mean, we've had things in the past mentioned, but... Yeah, they did mention You look like a legendary warrior. I don't know if I should count that as Nika or Joy Boy, though, because they didn't specifically say Nika or Joy Boy. Okay, so I guess nothing, unless food came up at some point and I missed it. So, you know how I couldn't stop worrying about these books, or those books, after seeing all the scholars dying to save them. That's why I went back to Ohara with Hyridian and the others. I was overcome with tears when I saw how many of them survived, each one a tiny spark of hope. Now, Robin, be careful. Watch what happens to that book you're holding as we enter. Wah! And it grows. I wonder if this is the effect of a devil fruit. Dere shi shi shi, feast your eyes. Isn't it amazing? All these books are giant-sized. It's marvelous, don't you think? Any book you bring in here gets gigantified. Or is it the effect of the island? Can an island eat a devil fruit? Or maybe, can the tree eat the devil fruit and the tree is what makes everything on the island giant? Welcome to the mysterious Owl Library. All the books we rescued from Ohara 22 years ago can be found here. We made sure not to miss any of them. Not a single one. Whoa. And we see this shot of the massive library. This is the world's greatest library. Do you like books? And we have flashbacks to Clover. I never thought I'd have the privilege of showing you this. And then we're cutting to the realm of the dead. But before we do, we did see a flashback there. Okay. Getting some bad luck on my bingo board. Kinda. The realm of the dead. I guess you've also got nothing but free time, huh? I'm sorry, am I disturbing you? Nah, I'd welcome a good disturbance. I have nothing to do but kill time. So, that moment of true fear you mentioned before, is that still what motivates you? Yes. Even now when I think about it, I can't stop the trembling. Snow transponder snail, voice recognition cold resistant type. Ditto. It's so frustrating. We've been friends for a long time, but for one reason or another, we've never actually met face to face. Interesting. So he's potentially getting catfished by somebody? Long distance relationship here between Loki and somebody over the phone? If I was there in your stead, I'd have turned that place into a ruin and slaughtered the lot of them. I don't want that. For a noble soul, you're too naive, Mosa. In Japanese, he uses the suffix there, mosa, which implies Mosa might be some kind of noble, duke, or official with a high, respectable status. Pending more context, we're keeping it vague. Makes sense. You've got to stamp them out without mercy. Only a fool gives an enemy a chance to get payback. Thank you for your counsel. What? You use harsh words, but there's a streak of kindness beneath the surface. I've noticed that more and more recently. Hey, you're giving me the creeps. Don't do that again or you'll regret it. That kind of crap won't fly. Are we going to get a Loki is actually a good guy and had good reasons for doing what he did story? That'd be a crazy twist. Kindness. Never say that to me again. Can you please not shout? Shut up, Mosa. Just you wait till I'm no longer shackled. Western Village, we're cutting away again. Hey, wasn't the feast delayed? We're just drinking while we wait. You're having way too much. And is that a burst of hockey? We're seeing the giants. And what is this? We see two hooded silhouettes and a summoning circle. So the black lightning maybe wasn't from hockey unless the summoning circles are hockey. But much like the Gorosei were summoned in, we now have summoned in two people. Interlopers appear in a flash. I'm not sure who the bottom one is, but the fact that we're seeing a face almost makes it seem like we're maybe supposed to recognize them. It almost seems like we're maybe supposed to recognize them. Honestly, the eye kind of looks like Charlie's eyes, but not quite, because she has slit pupils, right? And then, okay, I think we have to call it. There's a fake Shanks, because this doesn't look like the real Shanks. This guy looks younger. So when Shanks went to meet with the Gorosei, or who we thought was Shanks went to meet with the Gorosei, I do think there is a Shanks brother, because this doesn't look like the real one. He looks really similar, but not quite the same. And they got summoned in via summoning circle, which again, the real Shanks recently left Elbaf, so I really think that the real Shanks wouldn't be coming in like this. So we have fake Shanks, and who is... I'm trying to think any characters that would be related to the world government that we would know of that could be a part of the God Knights, but I can't think of anyone. So I guess this is maybe just a new character as a member of the God Knights. Unless I'm going to feel really, really stupid because other people figured it out. Are there any comments? No, there's no comments. Well, what a crazy ending. Another hype chapter. Elbaf has been crushing it. This was so good. Alright, one last check to the board, but we might have got food. Hold on. We may have gotten some food there towards the end with the celebration. Nah, I don't see any food, just drink with the giants there at the end. But where are they? Is this the throne room maybe? There's a big like crack in the side of it though. Maybe this is where, because it says Western Village, and then we have this big castle, and that's where it happens at. This is giving so many questions, because you got to think, what's up with the guy who's probably fake Shanks? Who is Loki's friend? Is Loki's friend the probable fake Shanks that's showing up? Okay. Like, this is crazy. And this seems like maybe the throne room, so maybe this is where Loki killed King Harald. Okay. Oh yeah, it totally looks more like a throne. Like, I'm kind of seeing it more now. But how'd they get summoned in? Because it's like, can Emu? Because it feels... It's like, who is the summoning from? Is Emu the one who can do the summoning, since Emu has the power to just kill the Gorosei from a distance like he did with Saturn? Is Emu the one who does the summoning, or does somebody need to be somewhere to do the summoning? Because it seemed like the Marines were the ones who did the summoning circle to bring in... Well, that doesn't 100% make sense. Because they were like, turn away and stuff. And it seemed like maybe the high-ranking Marines or some special Marines who had that kind of knowledge were the ones who summoned Saturn. But then Saturn was definitely the one who summoned the other four. We still have no clue how the summoning circles work. So does this mean somebody infiltrated and summoned them? Or can Emu just warp them in wherever? This is so cool. This is so cool. Okay. Well, I mean, it's so cool to a certain degree, but then you think of the common complaint that I've seen a lot of, and it's a very logical complaint of, if Emu can do this, if the world government can do this, why did they just not kill Luffy before? Like, really? Anytime any potential problem is cropping up, it just feels like the world government is weirdly ineffectual. But either way, this will be it. I got pretty unlucky on the setup of my bingo board, but maybe you all... I filled in a decent bit, so maybe you all got luckier than I did. Either way, I'll end it here before things get too long. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more One Piece, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you would like to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks, that's appreciated. But if you'd like to get these One Piece videos just a little bit early and get your name at the end of every video, then hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you to people who are already patrons and channel members. Thank you to Chosen Regular Evan Holly, Magical Girls, FR Nono, JA, and the D-Band, Cheriton Students, David Langstaff and Folded Ghoul, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Element Pater de Owl. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'm still just blown away. There is a lot I have to think about with this chapter. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.